Hey guys, so as you know, I don't normally do videos outside. So this is probably going to be like totally unedited because I don't feel that I want to do all that extra editing stuff. But I'm here out in New York City just sitting down, and you know, this week has been like a real trying week as far as like social media and everything else. As you guys know, there have been some crazy stuff going on in the media, and as I stated earlier when I was on Instagram, I don't really like to watch the news. Like, it's just a personal preference of mine, and it's not because I want to live under a rock, but it can corrupt you, it can pollute you. Yes, it can inform you as well, but remember, they give you what they want you to hear. And a lot of these things that are currently happening have been happening. And because they're trending or because people are upset or mad about it, they'll continue to keep on going and replaying things that they know the people are fumed about or upset about. So that's why I try to stay away from it. And plus, it messes up your aura, messes up your positivity, and they just give you a lot of depression. It's very rare that I can sit down and watch a whole entire news broadcast or whatever for the amount of time from, let's say it starts at 10 to 11, and there's a lot of positivity. It's very, very rare. But anyways, this whole entire week, it's just been one thing after another. And because I am a social influencer, as they call it on my beauty channel, as well as here, it would be I guess a YouTube personality or social media personality, whatever you want to call it, it's no way to really escape it. And I have actually went on CNN.com and watched the articles and things like that. And there were two gentlemen that really stuck out to me. One was Alton Sterling, and the second one was Philando Castile. As far as Alton Sterling, you know, it's really a tragedy as far as what happened. From what I read, and I'll try to put links to both incidents down below. From what I read, it seems as though a homeless man called and said that this guy had pulled out a gun on him, and the cops came and they said gun or something like that, and then they ended up shooting him at close range and killing the man. And I don't remember if I saw that he actually did have a gun or not. If you guys know, you can definitely, it's like I'm just coming off the top of my head and just kind of sharing the stories with you guys. I know I should be better informed, but it's not really. I'm not trying to do like a journalistic piece like I used to do before. Just kind of like sharing how I feel about these situations. And I think a lot of people are fed up with the whole fact, and once again, the media is pushing these things, but people are fed up with the fact, and I believe it was also seen on social media, so that's another reason why it's so popular right now. To be honest, the same thing recently happened at someone that I know by where they live. Something similar had recently happened, and it wasn't publicized, it wasn't promoted or anything else. The only news that actually picked up the story was Bronx 12. And I guess it's because no one streamed it or put it on YouTube or any other social media. The second incident that occurred, there's actually three incidents that occurred. Did I mention three? Yes, three. So the second incident that occurred was like the day after. And this one, it broke my heart, like literally broke my heart. I was actually, when I found out about it, I was driving and I was listening to, I think it was either Hot 97 or Power 105, which are two popular urban radio stations here in New York. Well, in the tri-state actually. I think it was Hot 97 though. And then I was driving my sister because she was leaving, she was going back to Florida. So I'm sitting down and I'm driving, my stepfather's in the car as well, and all of a sudden I hear this woman. She sounds like she's hysterical, she sounds like she's crying. Well, she wasn't crying, but she sounded like she was hysterical. She was like, "You shot him, you shot my boyfriend. I can't believe you just did this. The cops are out here." And she was stating all these things. She sounded like she was pretty well educated, like she had as far as her speech, and she was remaining calm, and they was like, "Keep your hands on the steering wheel." And then you can hear like this cop in the background. He sounded like he was crying, and like, oh, I just told him to put his to keep his hands to his side or something along those lines. My arms started getting tired, and then he just sounded like he was crying. And I'm like, while I'm driving, like at first we was all talking in the car, but that just like immediately made us all be quiet. And I'm like, wait, is this real? I'm like, what's going on here? Because I didn't even hear them say that they were going to say it. Like, I guess we were just like in so much of our conversation that we didn't even realize. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what is this? I just started getting chills. Like, I had to like literally like make sure I was focused on the road, because this audio, it was just like, it felt like it wasn't real. So then they came back on and they started talking about what it was, where this woman, I forgot her name, but basically his girlfriend had streamed everything that was happening on Facebook, because they were getting pulled over because one of his tailgate's lights were missing. So that's why they even got pulled over. But the guy was licensed to have a gun, and he was reaching. They told him to pull out his license and registration as normal. And while he was doing so, he mentioned that he did have a weapon, but he was licensed to carry. And he got shot like 4 to 6 times, something like that, in his arm. So I'm believing most likely one of his arteries, I forgot which one is in your arm. I think it's your brachial artery, but I'm not really sure. I used to do phlebotomy, and I was also in nursing back in the days. So I was kind of thinking about that, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure. I might be saying the wrong artery. But yeah, they probably caught a major artery, which is why he bled to death so quickly. And it's a sad situation, and it doesn't, to be honest, it really does not make any type of sense as to why this had to happen this way. I think that training needs to be evaluated, and I don't know if this cop actually had remorse. Maybe he was just scared because he saw a black person and thought, okay, this person's evil. You know, they're probably going to shoot me. It's probably something with what he was taught growing up, or perhaps just pretty much him and his training that he received. So that was another one. And then just this morning, my stepfather's like, did you hear what happened in Texas with the cops getting shot? And I'm like, what happened? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't really watch the news. He's like, what, do you live under a rock? Like, what, how did you not hear what happened? It's everywhere. He was like, check it out. So when I got on the train this morning, I looked up the article once again, and then I saw that there was a huge shooting. They said it was snipers. I don't know who did the shooting, because I was trying to look up the face of the shooters, because they said that now they said there were multiple shooters. Tried to look up the face, but I didn't see any images that came up. I don't know if they put any up as yet, but yeah, some like, and they were like official, like trained snipers with like some machine guns and all kind of things like that. And they took out like 5 cops, and they also took out, I were wounded 2 civilians, like regular people that were walking trying to protest, because they were having like, my nose is itching out. They were having like a peaceful protest, and supposedly these people said that they were trying to kill all the white officers or something along that line. I just want to say that hate and killing is not going to make things better. I don't remember Martin Luther King promoting violence or anything like that. You know, they did what they had to do. They protested, marched, and did things like that in order to make things better. They're not perfect, but they are better than they were years ago. We still have a long way to go in order to fully receive equality. You can see that from anything, from articles in the newspaper. You can see that, in magazines. You can see that even here on YouTube in the beauty community, you can see it where a white person can come on and you know, just start doing makeup, they can rise to the top, while a black person that's been amazing is still struggling. There are so many white women that are at a million, while a lot of beauty gurus that have started around the same time are still struggling to achieve that level of success. So it really just, it's, I think, instead of trying to kill people and trying to make a war or make revenge and things like that, and these people, these cops that were shot, they had nothing to do with what actually went down. And you don't know their psychic, you don't know what their mentality is. They could be like totally against, you know, what the other cops that actually did these wrongdoings stand for. They could be totally against it. But it's like these people, these snipers, they just want to go and bang, bang, shoot everybody down. Like, what are you really doing but causing an uproar and making things worse? So I don't know. That's just my whole standpoint on it. I just feel like an eye for an eye in this particular situation is not acceptable, and it makes no sense. It's just going to make things worse. And I see the state of the world, or the United States, just going down, getting really, really, just going to a freaking pit of despair. A lot of people are getting all biblical and stuff. I'm not really like the religious type, so I'm not gonna say the end of days. Like, a lot of people were saying things like that, but I don't know about all that stuff. All I can say is that if you want peace, you want things to be better, I don't think that killing is the way to go. Yeah, but I've been taking a little break on this channel, and I will be back resuming videos with power to let you guys know that. I'm going to try to see if I can link a video to the Philando Castile video. That one, like I said, it absolutely broke my heart, because it's actually like we were there. We actually got a chance to see what was going down, and his daughter was in the back seat, and she was, I think, 4 years old. That's despicable to me. That's disgusting. And that's something that she's going to always have to remember for the rest of her life, as well as the mother. So yeah, and all the family members that saw the video, I mean, the video definitely helped. And someone at my job was trying to say, oh, you know, I can't believe she was doing a video, and that's kind of suspect. No, to me it wasn't suspect. She was trying to cause awareness. She was trying to hopefully prevent this from going down, but I guess the cop didn't realize they were recording at that time, and you know, he just reacted on impulse, and now this is what happens. Oh, and another funny thing that I remember reading is that with the other situation with Alton Sterling, you know how they're supposed to wear body cameras for the cops? How is it that two of the cops that tackled him, both of them, their cameras malfunctioned around the same time? So I was reading that the videos weren't really all that clear as far as the ones that the officers were wearing. They probably know how to hack into it and just make it not, you know, make it stop working, make it malfunction, make it not work correctly. They know what they were doing. But that's just my thought on the whole situation. My arms are starting to hurt. I should have had my selfie stick out, but this, like I said, it was kind of random. I'm about to go back to work. And yeah, that's just a little food for thought, I guess, on my part. And once again, videos will be returning with power, starting as the first video that's going to be in rotation. I'm just kind of like relaxing for the summer. A lot of the videos on my other channel are pre-recorded, and I'm not going to really start recording any videos until August 1st, unless it's something that I really have to do right now, which I don't see anything that I really have to do. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless, and share, like, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Later.